Hi, Aries. It's Angela from Grounded Dreamers. How are we doing? We are going to do a quick spread for the month of May. We're going to just start out. I've said this before in the past videos that I've recorded for this group for this time, that we're going to call it the May energy, but that I'll probably post more videos for you in May. I just want to make sure I get ahead of myself here. I'm really trying to ramp up the frequency of my videos now that I've gotten through the first quarter, which is the worst for my day job. I'm a bookkeeper during the day. And so tax season's over, and I was really struggling to even just keep everything afloat. But now I have this like space and this breath that I can take. And I feel that if I, make the intention, set the intention of doing videos more often, that maybe we could all kind of enjoy that. So yeah, I'm hoping that I can do that a few more in May. But for now, this is the May energy video. Okay. Or whenever you come upon this guidance, this is the message for you now. Okay. So Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And the oracle card I pulled for you to guide this reading is heart opening. It's beautiful. It's time to begin to, I think, more fully embody our lives. You as Aries, as I'm doing this reading, but I think for many of us too, I think we realize that we get, and it's a perfectly natural, thing that happens, is that we get caught up in our mental strengths and our planning and our plotting and how we think about things and how we perceive everything, and being on social media and making the comments, and that a lot of that is from ego, and it's perfectly a valid aspect of our whole being. We need that to guide us in certain circumstances, but being able to just sit with what is and fully embody our lives. The mental chatter has a tendency to disembody us from our full right now experience, right? And so this heart opening card reminds me of that settling into what is, and being with this moment, and being able to find appreciation in all the things that are going on around us, whether they are things that we find challenging or things that are more easy to contend with. But even the challenges, if we can find a way, and I know it's hard using our mental capacity, it's really hard because they seem at odds with one another, to have something negative or something challenging happening, and then but us to say, I appreciate that. That doesn't make sense to our minds. But if we're fully embodied in our experience, and we start to realize, oh yeah, this is very challenging, there's ways it could make me stronger. It gets me to get creative, to find my way around things. It helps me to realize I can overcome most anything. That there's always something to be gained, some gift to find in all our experiences. And that is, to me, what this heart opening vibe is for you. It's to be able to lead from your heart and find that other way of seeing it that isn't just the automatic mental reaction, right? Which we're conditioned to do as humans, and quite normal. But if we can also, have the heart and have the soul and have our intuition, and know that the divine is always there with us in all these moments, if we can also have that awareness, that helps to ease some of the challenges that we go through. Okay, let me show you the Zen cards that we pulled for you as it pertains to guiding yourself toward a more heart-centered experience. The first card, and your starting point, well, is suppression. This is things that are held in. This is a darker, intense energy. This is kind of what's at odds with living from the heart, right? It's holding things back, holding things in, suppressing what's in our heart, not expressing out everything that we feel, to the point where sometimes this turns into an explosion. and when we have too much suppression and there's not enough flow, there's not natural flow of our feelings and our expressions, then when something triggers us, or when it comes time to speak out, sometimes it comes out real harsh because it's being held in this sort of pressure cooker for so long. So this is a starting point. I'm wondering if some of you Aries might feel, you've been holding things in too long. Like, it's like, I'm not willing to go down, to continue to hang on to all this negativity. I'm ready for some heart-centered decisions, right? This is a very natural state for a lot of us. I mean, it's a place that we all reach at times in our lives, right? Oh my gosh, I've been holding that in. I've been holding that back, biting my tongue, not expressing myself fully. And then what happens is we don't express ourselves with love. We express ourselves from the frustration, right? So that's your starting point. The internal vibration that supports, or that goes along with this suppressive feeling, is the burden. Now this is the mental stuck energy, right? I have too many things on my mind. I can't make decisions. I've got to be able to drop some of this weight. I've got to be able to let go of some of that burden. This is like you internally speaking to yourself, knowing that if my goal is to have a more heart-centered life, then within me, I know some of these energies need to be shed. I have to express up my emotions. I have to show my true self, and I have to drop all the worries and the heavier energies that are weighing on my mind. That needs to be released before I can even reach the point of recognizing how to be guided by my heart, right? In your external world, how this manifests, the suppression of your feelings and the overbearing thoughts, is the creator. So this is moving closer toward that heart opening energy. This is your third chakra. Heart is your fourth chakra. And this is saying, okay, here I am with all these, burdensome thoughts and all these worries and all these, feelings and vibrations being held in place that I'm not really expressing out. And it doesn't feel great, right? What I realize is that I am creating this not feeling great feeling. I'm creating that. I'm in charge of how I pursue and how I express and what I choose to say and what I choose to worry about, right? I'm in charge of that. So how about if I'm in charge of moving more toward this vibration? How about if I just shift, allow myself to be as I am, not hold back, not explode and not, throw our burdens onto others, right? But just to realize, to keeping things flowing naturally. As a scary feeling comes up, feel it, let it be there. It will pass through. If you ignore it or try to, exercise it away or sleep it away or, distract yourself with social media away, then it doesn't go anywhere. But if you let yourself feel it, if you let the feeling in and process it and move it through, then you're creating a more heart-centered life. It doesn't mean those feelings aren't going to come. And it doesn't mean there aren't going to be things to worry about. But what it shows is that the way I approach this changes the way, it shifts my experience with it, right? So that awareness is strong, the awareness that we are creating our reality in every moment. And look at your next card. This is actually in the position of sort of the key to moving forward, because what we want to do is take where we are and move forward, move to another level of awareness. And your key, the pivot to moving forward, is this harmony card. So that is when your mental capacities and your heart and your soul are aligned. I love this. And this is also showing the dolphins, which really shows a lot of strong intuitive qualities. So learning to listen to your heart and your intuition and let them work in concert together to help you move forward. This card is also a water card in the Zen deck, which depicts our feelings. It'd be like the cups in traditional tarot. And so, being aware of our emotions and being sure that we are like what we feel is what we show up as, and what our heart and our mind are lined up with is how we show up, is what we speak out. The harmony helps to combat that suppression, right? Is if we have inner alignment, there's more flow, right? There's less stuckness inside. And then your final card, your outcome, is flowering. Look at that. So this is the path. This is a path that you get to follow if you want to make a shift to the heart opening. Now, just look at this. Look at that imagery. They match. It's the lotus that lives on your heart, and the lotus of this flowering card. She's setting her seeds of intention and planting them and letting them blossom on their own. There's no forced action needed here. There's no, predetermination or pre-planning. This is just, I know what I want, and I'm going to know it, stay aligned, and then watch it blossom and watch my heart opening as it opens up. I love that. I love the synchronicity there with those cards. So, the only hurdles we have are those feelings we push down, and those burdens in our mind. Now the only hurdles, because this is like some of the greatest challenges of the human condition, are expressing ourselves properly and trying not to worry too much, right? Not overbearing our minds, our mental state, which it could be heavy. Things can be heavy, but also things are always moving and changing. They're always shifting. So if we call more attention to the fact that I'm a vessel, I have experiences, I have a strong feeling reaction to that experience, and I let that feeling be there, instead of feeling like, oh, this makes me angry. I was taught, to be a good girl and don't show your anger and keep quiet, hold everything in. That leads to this denser, darker energy. And really, the key is, when you have a negative experience and you have anger, let it be known in that moment, the appropriate amount of anger for that particular situation, not all the anger that's been building up inside of you for all the years toward, whatever people have made you feel upset. It's more of getting on top of it and letting it come up and out as you experience it, instead of holding it in, because then it does explode out after holding it in for a certain amount of time, right? So that's the key, is to be aware of the burdensome thoughts and the heavier feelings, and then just let them flow through. Create sort of a track that helps them move in and through your body, so that you are creating a more pleasant and a more honest experience. Your heart is opening and you're aligned, right? Okay, Aries, I love that reading. That was wonderful. I hope this helped. I hope maybe it tapped into some of what you're going through, and I'll likely see you again very soon. I'll do a general reading and, try to do a couple of those, and then maybe do some more astro readings in a couple weeks. Okay. Love you guys. Take care.